Hello! Today let's join my football channel starting with English Premier League Football, Season 2025-26 Matchday 4, September 13, 6:30 p.m, Arsenal vs Nottingham Forest, 9 p.m, Everton vs Aston Villa, Newcastle United vs Wolverhampton Wanderers, Crystal Palace vs Sunderland, AFC Bournemouth vs Brighton and Hove Albion, Fulham vs Leeds United, 11:30 p.m, West Ham United vs Tottenham Hotspur, September 14, 2 a.m, Brentford vs Chelsea, September 14, 8 p.m, Burnley vs Liverpool, 10:30 p.m, Manchester City vs Manchester United, Spanish La Liga Football, Season 2025-26 Matchday 4, results last night, Sevilla draw with Elche 2-2, Spanish La Liga Football, Season 2025-26 Matchday 4, 7 p.m, Getafe CF vs Real Oviedo, 9:15 p.m, Real Sociedad vs Real Madrid, 11:30 p.m, Athletic Bilbao vs Deportivo Alaves, September 14, 2 a.m, Atletico Madrid vs Villarreal, September 14, 7 p.m, Celta de Vigo vs Girona, 9:15 p.m, Levante vs Real Betis, 11:30 p.m, Osasuna vs Rayo Vallecano, September 15, 2 a.m, Barcelona vs Valencia. French Ligue 1 Football, Season 2025-26 Matchday 4, results last night, Olympique Marseille beat FC Lorient 4-0. French Ligue 1 Football, Season 2025-26 Matchday 4, September 13, 10 p.m, Nice vs Nantes, September 14, 2:05 a.m, Auxerre vs Monaco, September 14, 8 p.m, Lille vs Toulouse, 10:15 p.m, Brest vs Paris FC, Paris Saint-Germain vs Lens, Metz vs Angers, Strasbourg vs Le Havre, September 15, 1:45 a.m, Rennes vs Olympique Lyon. German Bundesliga Football, Season 2025-26 Matchday 3, results last night, Bayer Leverkusen beat Eintracht Frankfurt 3-1. German Bundesliga Football, Season 2025-26 Matchday 3, September 13, 8:30 p.m, Mainz vs RB Leipzig, FC Heidenheim vs Borussia Dortmund, Union Berlin vs TSG Hoffenheim, Wolfsburg vs FC Cologne, September 13, 11:30 p.m, Bayern Munich vs Hamburg SV, September 14, 8:30 p.m, St. Pauli vs FC Augsburg, September 14, 10:30 p.m, Borussia Mönchengladbach vs Werder Bremen. Calcio Serie Football, Season 2025-26 Matchday 3, September 13, 8 p.m, Cagliari vs Parma, 11 p.m, Juventus vs Inter Milano, September 14, 1:45 a.m, Fiorentina vs Napoli, September 14, 5:30 p.m, Roma vs Torino, September 14, 8 p.m, Pisa vs Udinese, Atalanta vs Lecce, 11 p.m, Sassuolo vs Lazio, September 15, 1:45 a.m, AC Milan vs Bologna, September 15, 11:30 p.m, Hellas Verona vs Cremonese, September 16, 1:45 a.m, Como vs Genoa. J1 League Football from Japan, Season 2025-26 Matchday 29, results last night, Machida Zelvia draw with Yokohama FC 1-1, Sanfrecce Hiroshima draw with Kyoto Sanga 1-1, Vissel Kobe draw with Kashiwa Reysol 0-0. J1 League Football from Japan, Season 2025-26 Matchday 29, September 13, 4 p.m, Avispa Fukuoka vs Cerezo Osaka, September 13, 4:55 p.m, Fagiano Okayama vs Nagoya Grampus, 5 p.m, Gamba Osaka vs Urawa Red Diamonds, Kashima Antlers vs Shonan Bellmare, Albirex Niigata vs Shimizu Espals, Yokohama F. Marinos vs Kawasaki Frontale, September 15, 5 p.m, FC Tokyo vs Tokyo Verde. K1 League from Korea, Season 2025-26 Matchday 29, September 13, 5 p.m, Kangwon FC vs FC Seoul, Pohang Steelers vs Ulsan Hyundai FC, Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors vs Daejeon Citizen FC, September 14, 5 p.m, Suwon FC vs Gwangju FC, Gimcheon Sangmu FC vs Daegu FC, FC Anyang vs Jeju SK Football Club. Saudi Pro League Football, Season 2025-26 Matchday 2, results last night, Al Ettifaq FC draw with Al Ahly Saudi 0-0, Al Shabab FC Saudi beat Al Hazm 1-0, Al Ittihad FC beat Al Fateh FC 4-2. Saudi Pro League Football, Season 2025-26 Matchday 2, September 13, 10:25 p.m, Al Khalij Club vs Al Fayha FC, 10:45 p.m, Al Akdad Club vs Al Tawan FC, September 14, 1 a.m, Al Hilal vs Al Qadsiyah, September 14, 10:35 p.m, Al Riyadh SC vs Al Najma. Damak FC vs Niam SC, September 15th 1 a.m. Al Nassr SC vs Al Khalid, Chinese Super League Football, Season 2025-26 Matchday 24, results last night. Shanghai Port FC beat Yunnan Yukon 4-2, Chengdu Rongqing beat Changchun Yada 1-0, Henan FC beat Beijing Goan 2-0, Shanghai Shenhua FC draw with Shandong Taishan FC 3-3, Chinese Super League Football, Season 2025-26 Matchday 24, September 13, 6:35 p.m., Qingdao West Coast vs Zhejiang FC, September 14, 6 p.m., Dalian Ningbo FC vs Shenzhen Ping City, 6:35 p.m., Tianjin Jinmen Tiger vs Wuhan. Three Towns FC, Indonesian Ligue1 Football, Season 2025-26 Matchday 4, results last night, Persib Bandung beat Persebaya Surabaya 1-0, Persik Kediri beat Malat United 2-1, Madura United draw with Bayangkara Prestasi 0-0, Vietnamese V-League 1 Football, Season 2025-26 Matchday 4, September 13, 7:15 p.m., Kongan Ho Chi Minh City vs Nam Dinh FC, Kongan Hanoi vs Haiphong FC, September 20 at 6 p.m., Donghaetan Hoa vs Haiphong FC, PVF Tsongan Nandan FC vs SHB Dinan, Hanoi FC vs the Kong Viettel FC, Thai League 1 Football, Season 2025-26 Matchday 4, results last night, Athai Thani FC lost to BG Pathum United 0-1, Buriram United beat Prachwap FC 2-0, September 13 6 p.m., Kanburi FC vs Bangkok United. 6:30 p.m., Sukhothai FC vs Lampang Warriors, 7 p.m., Ratchaburi FC vs Gamla Ruaport FC, September 14 6 p.m., Rayong FC vs Muang Thong United, 6:30 p.m., Ayutthaya United vs Chiang Rai United, September 14 7 p.m., Kanchanaburi FC vs Nakhon Ratchasima FC,